more intensive video editing. So I like to use this app here. You can download it for free on Windows 10. I'm not quite sure if it's available for Windows 7, but I'm pretty sure it is. I know that it is not available on Macs. So if you're an Apple user, there is a program already installed in your Mac called iMovie, and it has really good reviews. There's tons of YouTube videos on it. So you can just go to YouTube and do iMovies for beginners and find tons and tons of information on that platform. It does look a little bit more labor intensive to me, but again, I'm not a Mac user, so maybe it's no big deal at all. So if you're a Windows person and you are going to be doing some video, here's how we can edit a more extensive video. So I'm going to hit New Project. And I'm going to hit add video or clips. It's going to ask me what I want to add, and I want to add a video. I'm going to select this video here. This is what I know I want to add to the beginning of this. So it will be a good opportunity for you to see me add text, merge video together, and crop things out, all kinds of things. So once I've added that, I'm going to hit the little pencil and I'm going to go down here where it's added all kinds of information, and I'm going to hit trim, and I'm going to use the trim slider. So what will happen with the trim slider is that I can play my video and I can watch this and just kind of know, okay, well, I don't really need everybody to see these things that I'm doing here. I started the recording before I needed to. And if I wanted to start right here, I would hit pause. And I would look up here. I've got 12.01 seconds, and my bar is exactly where I want it to be. So then I can use this little slider and slide it over to the 12.1 seconds. And it's really difficult to get it exactly right, just so you know, but you can get really, really close. So I know from what I've done with this, that I tend to watch the videos and make notes about where I want to make edits. That seems to be easier for bigger videos. Smaller videos, it's easier to just make the edits as you go. But this is a pretty intense one, and I wanted to make sure that I was utilizing everybody's time. So I watched the video ahead of time and made notes about where I want to make edits. And the first one that I made is that I actually want to cut this to right almost 33 seconds. So what I'm going to do is hit play and make sure that I'm at the right spot.
The thing that we're going to do is set up the clock.
And that's pretty much exactly where I want to be. So where this bar is, not this line, but where the bar is with the little white guy, that's where it's going to start. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the trim button because I know I did that. And then I'm going to hit go back. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to hit play, and it will show you that it started right where I wanted it to. Okay? So that was the first edit that I needed to make. At the second edit that I need to make in this video is adding text to a specific point where I forgot to be really clear about something. So I'm going to hit the button again, and when I'm in here, I'm going to hit it so this bar pulls up. When I hit it again, this smaller bar pulls up. I'm going to hit the add button, and it's going to say, what do you want to add to this? And I'm going to add text. And then what text do I want to write? Well, I know what I want to write because I already watched this, remember? So this is what I'm putting in here. Okay, so this is what that looks like. And then when I hit this X button, it's going to put it right over the top. Well, I don't want it to say that right here. What I know is that I want that to be way closer to like the 3-minute mark. So I'm going to come over to as close to 3 minutes as I can. I'm going to hit play and listen to see if this is really where I want it to be.
Generate if you have that selected.
And it looks like I want to go a little bit sooner than that. So I'm going to pull it back a little bit.
And you want to reply
A little bit sooner than that. I'm going to hit play.
so that at the 30-minute mark. So let's just pretend we're doing this on Saturday.
Almost, I didn't write down the right time.
Giving them the address.
Perfect. So I'm talking about the address. This is where I want it. But I don't want it to be this big, huge, ugly thing right here, right? So first off, this bar is how long that text is going to be on here. So I'm going to bring that bar right to where I want this. And then I'm going to bring this over here because I don't want that to be on there the whole time. And we're going to watch and make sure that that's in the right spot. When I click on this text up here, it's going to pull up a bunch of stuff here. So I love this text. So it's defaulting to this, but I want it to kind of stand out. I don't want it to be, I'm going to go here because it's way, way stronger than if I do it like that. And then this button on the side makes things smaller. This button tilts things one way or the other. So the top one makes things smaller or larger. And I want to make sure that this is big enough that people are going to be able to see what I'm trying to say to them, but I don't want it to cover up what I've got going on. So I'm going to double click into that word again, and I'm going to make this more of a paragraph. See the style I did, and I'm going to X that out, and then I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to drag it over here. Okay. So now what I want to do is make sure that this is starting at the right time and that it ends at the right time. So I'm going to bring this back here and I'm going to hit play.
And that's all you really need to.
And it's not where I'm talking about the address. So I'm going to pull it back a little bit more and I'm going to hit play.
I give them something. So for the topic, I'm going to
This is
put
it.
in the address.
Right here is where I didn't put the full address and I should have. So I'm going to drag this bar back over and now I'm going to play it again.
And then in the description, what I want to do here is make sure that I don't give the
And I don't need this to stay up the whole time. So I'm going to shrink this down here. Now I want you to watch that edit.
So for the topic, I'm going to put in the address. And then in the description, what I want to do here is make sure that I don't give the full description of the house, but that I give them something to work off of. So join me to join.
Okay, so you see how it went away after just a few seconds. So that's exactly what I wanted to do there. So the next thing that I want to do is another text overlay at another spot. So what I'm going to do while I'm in this spot is hit add overlay. I'm going to hit add text and I'm going to add text again. And I'm going to say, okay, and I'm going to close it and it's going to be all ugly right up in here. Now I know that I want this to be somewhere around the, what did I say, 5-minute and 40-second mark. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to, it's probably a little sooner than that. So I'm going to hit play.
And we're going to add that to this. And then we're going to say, picture of the home.
I'm getting close. You see how I have to
say that you as a realist.
There we go. I'm right there.
And then who's going to be hosting?
So when it says who's going to be hosting it is where I want this to go. And I know I don't need it there for very many seconds. So I'm just going to make it really small actually. And then I'm going to play this.
And I would say that you as a real estate broker want to do that. And then put the photo.
Okay. I'm going to even shrink it up a little bit more. And now I'm going to edit this so that it fits in there right. So I'm going to click on it again. I'm going to go to style and I'm going to find what fits. And I'm going to be consistent with this one, right? So I'm going to use the same one. And then I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. And I'm going to set it right here. Okay. So now you see I have one text right here and I have another one over here. Now I don't have any more text to do right now. So I'm going to hit go back. So now this is my completed video. If I come in here, let's see if I play that.
Event, which will only show people who you invite, or a public event. Well, we obviously want to get this out to the public.
And this is just
So
playing my video as we just created it. There we go. And now I'm going to add another video. So I know I said that a minute ago, but I'm going to hit go back. I'm going to hit the plus button. I'm going to add a video. So I'm going to add a video, and it's going to be Zoom number 2. And this one also needs some editing. So I'm going to click on this one, and this needs editing in 2 ways, which this one's one that's pretty unique. I'm going to crop some of it out really quick. So let's trim it. And I actually messed up on this one. So I know that my start point is right about here. So that's 1 minute 47 seconds. I'm going to cut this down to 1 minute 47 seconds. Here, I'm going to play.
This app called Word.
And I'm going to actually move it over.
Okay, so in order.
Perfect, that's where I want it. I'm going to leave that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit trim. And then I'm going to hit crop on this one. And the reason why is, and I need it to play a little bit so I can see it. There we go. I don't really need all my email to be on here. Like, it's crazy. I don't need everybody to see that. So I'm going to crop this down. It's really sensitive. I'm going to crop here, and I'm going to crop here, so that the only thing in focus is the phone view. Okay, so then I am done with the cropping, and I'm going to go back. So I just want to make sure that when I play this, I'm going to come back a little bit, play.
Okay, so in order to
Perfect. See how that just was a totally smooth transition? Now what I didn't do is that I have to cut the end of this one.
Set up the platform in.
I gotta mute that, sorry. I've got to crop this one down so that this fits right where I want it to fit. So this one right here is 13 minutes long, but I actually want this video to be at the, not right at the end of this. So I'm going to come over to about here and play it right there. So I'm at 12:36. I don't know, or perfect. That's exactly where I want it to be. So I'm going to hit the trim and I'm going to go back. So now I've got 3 pieces of video spliced together, text over part of it here, and that is exactly what I want. So then this one, actually, I can crop the very bottom of it, the very end. So I'm going to watch just the very end of this one now. So I'm going to come all the way down here, and I'm going to crop the very end of it. What it's going to show you is my new registration. Pretty cool. I also didn't mention LinkedIn. You can put this on LinkedIn as well. So lots and lots of opportunity for you to get that all set up. Perfect. That's where I'm going to stop it. So I'm at almost 3:56. I'm watching my time, and I'm going to take off. There we go. So I'm going to just watch that really fast, make sure it works. Opportunity for you to get that all set up. Perfect. So hit the trim button and go back. So now I've got that all done. Now I want to add one more video to this. So I'm going to hit the plus button, add another video clip, and I'm going to add this 3rd option here. Again, I know that I have some that I need to take off of this, and this one I actually know I have a lot to take off, so I'm not going to make you suffer through it. I'm just going to really quickly do it. I'm going to hit the trim. I have 4 pieces of video all merged together. The other thing that I need to do is my intro video, which I haven't even downloaded to my computer. So I want to show you how I do that. When I video something on my phone, how do I get it from my phone to my computer? Sometimes the size can be an issue. So what I do is I put these things in Drive. So when I'm on my phone, I upload them to Drive, and then when I'm on Drive, it's in here. I can then download this, and it will download it here to the bottom. Okay, and then I will grab that from my and add it into the project that we're working on right now. Still downloading. You can see down here that it's showing me that it's downloading. The other thing that I have to intro video is I need to create some kind of a cover. So that's the other thing I'm going to do. It looks like my download's done, so I'm going to pull up downloads. And I'm going to find, actually, I'm going to just add it from here. So plus add video clip. I'm going to go to my downloads. There's my video. I'm going to open it. Now it's adding it to the bottom. It's so easy to just click on it and drag it to the top. So I do have to edit this video as well, but I have one more thing that I want to add quick, and that is a cover for this. For this one though, I'm going to actually use this picture right here. So I'm going to hit add a video or clip. I'm going to go here and add this. And I'm going to drag it to the very front. And then I can do the same things with this that I was doing with the others. I can add text or whatever I'd like. So on this one, I'm going to add text and I'm going to say step 1. What do I call this one? Step 1. That. I'm going to go over to my style. I'm going to hit this because I want there to be some consistency. And then I'm going to drag this down to here. And I am going to go back. And then this I can change the time, like it's for 4 seconds. I think 4 seconds is plenty when you're doing a visual like this, but I could change it to 5, 10, however long I wanted to. So once it's done, it says it's saved successfully, and then it will show you the folder in which it put this in. And then I typically tend to just rename this right away to whatever I'm trying to do. And then I typically will save it to my desktop or move it to the location I want by just dragging it wherever I need it to go. And then when you're all done with this and you hit the little X button, it's going to take you back here. When you hit the arrow back to start a new project, or you hit back home, it's going to ask you to save this again. And this is just saving it within this actual platform. And that's it. So I hope that this tutorial has been helpful to you and that you can start editing your first video using this platform. So then when you're done, all you need to do is hit save video, and it will ask about the quality of video. I always just let it go to the default. It's right in the middle line, and these are producing really good quality videos. And then hit save. Depending on how long this video is and how much editing you did is dependent on how long this process will take. So this video is fairly lengthy. It's probably going to take it a few minutes. So once it's done, it says it's saved successfully, and then it will show you the folder in which it put this in. And then I typically tend to just rename this right away to whatever I'm trying to do. And then I typically will save it to my desktop or move it to the location I want by just dragging it wherever I need it to go. And then when you're all done with this and you hit the little X button, it's going to take you back here. When you hit the arrow back to start a new project, or you hit back home, it's going to ask you to save this again. And this is just saving it within this actual platform. And that's it. So I hope that this tutorial has been helpful to you and that you can start editing your first video using this platform.